Okay, so for week 6 of winter anime, shows do continue going well. The unfortunate thing, we had the Olympic break, so the big shows Jujutsu Kaisen and Frieren were paused, unfortunately. I was looking forward to them, but yeah, I guess next week it's gonna hit even harder. So hopefully the Olympics were worth it. I mean, Alyssa Liu, if you want to talk about Chainsaw Man with me, yo, I'm down. But this week for action, we had Hell's Paradise to hold us down. Quality still continues as more stories go on. Oshinoko, the Kana arc is like pretty sad, but we kind of resolve it, I guess. And yeah, some other stuff keeps going. Fire Force, the pacing is pretty fast, but yeah, we're kind of like escalating. There's more like kind of final fights. It's pretty interesting how they're kind of directing the season, kind of shifting events certain ways. But yeah, let's get started with the week. So we have Oshinoko season 3, episode 6. So this is kind of like the Kana scandal arc episode basically, so it was just like one episode, but yeah, I thought they framed everything pretty well. And again, I noticed this is like a theme this season. A lot of shows are rearranging stuff from the manga or like kind of adjusting it their own way, their own pacing. Jujutsu Kaisen did it, Oshinoko's doing it, Shiboyugi is another one, and Fire Force. So yeah, in Oshinoko, like Akane was also supposed to get involved with Aqua, but I guess they're saving it for next episode because we see at the end Aqua's kind of following her. So yeah, Akane's doing her own thing, but yeah, pretty much here it's Kana. She feels guilty because there's a picture of her with the director coming out of his apartment. So yeah, the tabloids kind of email it to Miyako, and then yeah, Kana finds out. So he didn't really leak it yet, but yeah, Kana, she's so like realistic and kind of to a fault, where she like feels bad, all the pressure that she put on everybody, herself included, like this was unnecessary. But yeah, she's like letting everyone down with this drama. So she kind of runs away. Actually, she drops her hat and her purse. I'm like, girl, that's your phone. So yeah, she's like running away. Aqua and Memcho are both trying to find her this episode pretty much. We see Kana, she's kind of like crying in the park. So yeah, she's like letting all her emotions flow through, like she's overthinking. She's like projecting like negative emotions. It was well done, just like seeing like these kind of like Twitter shit posts and like trolls like in her brain, like, oh, she's like a hoe. She's lying to us, like she's betraying us, stuff like that. So yeah, she feels like her life as an idol is over. She doesn't really know how to cope with it, so yeah, she's just like running away today. So yeah, everyone's looking for her. Aqua eventually does find her, but before he talks to her, Kana just like yells to herself, kind of like a theater kid, like, hey, I've been doing this a long time. Like, why should I care what any tabloid has to say about me? Why do I care about the approval of others? I'm Kana, bitch. Like, she has her own kind of like redemption arc by herself. She doesn't really need Aqua and anyone to like kind of break her out of her slump. She's just yelling to herself in the baseball field, and I do like it. It's like pretty empowering for her, and it shows that she doesn't really need to rely on Aqua. It would help if Aqua would talk to her. So we solve Kana's like kind of problems like through the first half of this anime. I think the second half is going to be more Akane focused. She's like chasing after Aqua's father. She's getting pretty close, pretty smart of her. She even goes to his workplace. So yeah, it's getting pretty dangerous for her though. So we'll see how things go. But yeah, the anime is doing like really well, just like showing these dramatic, sad moments, not just happy slice of life fun idle times. So we have Hell's Paradise season 2 episode 7, crazy good episode, fun fights here, very funny moments. Here was a big fight with two Tensen, the purple haired and the blonde haired Tensen that were like fucking each other all the time. So it's Jufa and Taofa, they're the Tensen. Taofa's the pink haired one, Jufa's the blonde one, versus Kantetsu, the big dude with the hook hand. We see Fuchi, he's like the Asaemon, the short dude, and then Chobe and his brother as well. So they also team up because Chobe betrayed everybody. He joined the Tensen, but nah, that was just to get close to his brother. Now that him and Toma are together, they finally team up. They're like bandits, showing their true selves. We saw Toma was like in a huge slump, so he was just like really sad without his brother, kind of just like quiet and being bullied all the time. But here, him and his brother, they're bandits. They're fighting. They're free, and they're fighting as like one person. Like both of them are like the same. So Tensen gets overwhelmed. So yeah, that was like a cool fight there. Very fun, free for both of them. They still didn't go to phase 2 yet. And then yeah, the other two characters are fighting Taofa. She's like the hot pink haired Tensen. So yeah, she kind of takes her robes off. She has this cool like short sporty battle outfit, and she's fighting everyone. It looks like she can go really brawlic with her Tao. So yeah, she has like muscular legs and arms. She's really fast, and she can shoot Tao energy beams. So yeah, we also realized that Gantetsu and Fuchi, both of them are very bad at analyzing Tao. So yeah, during the training, since both of them are very hard-headed, it's hard for him to grasp something so like magically abstract. And then Gantetsu, he doesn't really care. He's just like strong, brawlic. So yeah, both of them are kind of like at a disadvantage, getting hit by a bunch of like Tao energy beams. they're tanking it, doing the best they can. And then we see that they can, like, as slowly as the fight progresses, both of them are like evolving. So yeah, they can actually see it, but they still get overwhelmed. And then Gantetsu, he realizes, wait, I can see it if I close my eyes. So instead of actually closing his eyes, he uses his hook to gouge his left eye. That's insane. I'm like, bro, you just close your eye. What the hell are you doing? But yeah, now that he can't see anything because his other eye is bloody, it looks like he can sense the Tau forces, and now he's able to like save Fuchi. So yeah, insane fight, you know, very fun moments as, you know, things are getting hectic. But I love this fight too. It's going to continue probably as more characters are evolving. I also did like Talfa's characterization as well, because yeah, most of the Tensen, they have their own personality. So some of them are like evil, just chilling on this island. But Talfa, she gives like an explanation on why, you know, everyone is crazy attacking humans, because that's their only purpose here. They were here for over 1,000 years, just strengthening their energy, doing Bochu Jutsu, all that stuff. So yeah, she's kind of going crazy being stuck here for that long, even though these are like plant gods. So I guess that's why she's so desperate to like, you know, kill everybody and then use their life force for Tan, because that's like her escape. So yeah, I love the characterization of these gods. They're not just like, you know, evil, overpowered plant monsters. They have like their own emotions. So yeah, it was fun. You know, she's hot as well. So yeah, Hell's Paradise continues with some like really fun, cool fights. Okay, so for Journal with Witch this week, episode 8, another good episode. Like every week, just crazy good character moments, realistic type of dialogue, and actual like problems going on. So I hear Asa, she read the journal last week of her mother. She's kind of like in a crisis, doesn't really know how to like cope with the feeling of losing her parents, and also like if her mom actually loved her, and then her dad, like she kind of realizes that they weren't married, so they had like a strained relationship there too. So yeah, Asa, she's actually cutting class the past 2 days. Makio gets a call from Asa's friend and then the teacher, so then she's like, okay, I'm gonna find her today. I like Makio. She's like super relatable because she's kind of cold on the outside because she has trouble kind of like expressing her like true feelings about caring, but she's also like super realistic, kind of like takes things logically, asks questions, doesn't get too angry. So she doesn't really act like a mother, but acts like a, you know, responsible guardian, I guess. So they kind of look for her. Makio's teaming up with her boyfriend, and then one of the guys that's like overseeing Asa from the government. So yeah, all 3 of them are driving around. They find her in the first destination. I was like, damn, they might have to be looking all day for her. But they found her at the bubble tea spot, and then yeah, she just kind of wanted time alone with her thoughts. Didn't really know how to like cope with, you know, her parents dying, all of that. And after reading the journal, it's just like she's lost. And then she also compares herself to her other friends who they have everything. They're like growing older, accomplishing stuff, getting taller, becoming successful. But it's like, you know, you're in high school. You don't have to compare yourself to others. So yeah, I guess she has to deal with like, you know, regular high school girl issues, self-confidence, appearance, friends, and also the grief that she has to deal with her parents. So Makio kind of talks to her when they're home. She scolds her a bit, like, oh, you shouldn't have ran away. And also at the same time, Asa is trying to attack her as like a defense mechanism because yeah, she doesn't know how her mom felt. Makio can't really give her a real answer. Makio's like kind of guessing, oh, like she definitely did love you, like you're her daughter, she lived a good life, stuff like that. So yeah, Asa's kind of surprised how Makio can like, you know, understand emotions so well, even though she's like very solitary and doesn't really attach herself to things. So yeah, all of that's going on, and then we end the episode with Asa actually crying finally. She used to be crying in her sleep, but now she's actually like, you know, understanding that her parents are dead. So this is like a genuine reaction from her. So we got Sentenced to be a Hero, episode 7. Really love this episode. Really love the direction of this anime, where we're kind of like going place to place, exploring this fantasy world, and also just like fighting different like factions of demons. So yeah, it looks like there's like humans sympathetic to the demons now. So yeah, they're in like this like kind of port city over here as like Xylo is resting. It's called Yof, and yeah, basically we learn a lot in this city. Basically Xylo has a fiance. Tearitsu gets so jealous. So yeah, they're still engaged, but he doesn't, you know, since he's a hero, he doesn't really want to pull through with it. But yeah, she's cold, just like insulting Tearitsu, insulting Xylo. I love her personality. So yeah, I mean, I guess they're a good fit together, like just like 2 strong-minded people, I guess. We also see a new hero here. His name is Jace. He's kind of like a dragon rider. So yeah, I mean, he kind of plays the part here, like fights some of the demons off. So basically there's like some anti-church people here. They kind of like fight Xylo, Tearitsu, and Kiwi as well while they're in the market. They keep fighting them, and they kind of hide in an alley, and then these 2 strong-ass like kind of human assassin demon people come in. It was like this lady with like metal body parts, and then this other like humanoid demon. I think his name is Spriggan. So yeah, he's like the next demon lord, I guess, and they seem to be pretty powerful. No one really died in this episode, no heroes, but yeah, it looks like the villains are kind of making themselves known in the city. And yeah, I guess there's gonna be some more fights next episode. But yeah, I do like the kind of like going around in the fantasy world, Love all the characters. They seem like, part of this world, not shoehorned in. Each one kind of plays a role. And yeah, the heroes get closer. Kivia's also there. So yeah, I love her. I'm just like a cold-hearted character that's like warming up to the heroes. And yeah, also, yeah, we'll see Xylo and Teritsa fight more people, I guess. Also, after that, we have Fire Force Season 3 Part 2. So Arthur kind of shows up here. We see you kind of get possessed by one of Giovanni's bugs. And then he actually unlocks the gate of the Amaterasu. And then starts off the whole cataclysm. So yeah, it looks like the whole world is like dying. Because everyone's negative emotions are just like forging here. So yeah, like the whole world is like kind of covered in like these fire tornadoes. We also got a lot of Haumea characterization here as well. I loved it. It was very interesting. Because she was like a psycho character with electric powers, but now we realize it's because she can hear everyone's thoughts, like everybody. She can't control it. There's like a lot of negativity out there. Her mind, like, it can't really handle it. So yeah, Charon kind of like lets her rely on him. Every time she's like feeling bad or like overwhelmed, just like punch Charon. But he's getting stronger, and it kind of goes well with his ability. He doesn't really use his ability to take Haumea's punches, but I love their kind of story growing up together. But yeah, that's basically how Haumea like got crazy, because she seems to be like the final priest. She's like the one to kind of hold everyone's sins. But the problem is like she can't really contain it without breaking, so she has to like go crazy. There are a lot of like sick moments here as we see like kind of art from the pillars and them teaching us about like all the negative emotions that each pillar represents, like Shinra's rage. And yeah, besides that, yeah, Arthur shows up to like kind of throw a plasma laser beam at Yu's brain and then kill the bug. So Giovanni's gone. And then Yu also gives Arthur a star ring. So yeah, Arthur, he has max XP now. He's the Night King. He's finishing his Dragon Quest journey, and maybe Dragon will show up. Because yeah, we see a lot of villains coming through. There's doppelgangers and Dragon, as well as like some other evangelists. So yeah, we'll see how things go. Pacing's kind of crazy, and I know people were complaining because they did cut, like, I think Dragon versus Arthur, there was a part 2 where they fought by the Amaterasu. So that's not really happening yet. Also, next episode, if you see the preview, gonna be a Tamaki episode. People hated Tamaki season 1 because of the fan service. It doesn't get better, but it's like plot relevant fan service, I guess. I didn't really like it from the manga either, but I guess the author wants to show off Tamaki like this. We'll see what's gonna happen, but Fire Force does continue as we're kind of reaching the end of things, as the world is like ending. We also have Shiboyugi episode 7, insane episode actually. So this is the end of the bathroom fight. So yeah, a lot of shit happened, a lot of unexpected stuff as well. I thought like it wouldn't be this brutal. I thought Yuki, like, she was her. I thought she could like easily beat these games, but nah. There's a lot of people stronger than her. She made a lot of mistakes, and yeah, she's like getting beaten up. This episode is crazy. Also, there's been some changes in this episode from the source material. I know they've been doing it because it seems like way too artistic, this direction. So yeah, it looked like they wanted to cut out a good amount of action out of it and make it more about the character moments, and then like seeing Yuki just like desperate trying to survive. So I did like how they did it, but yeah, I can tell maybe a lot of source readers might be a bit disappointed or confused. So basically, Mishiro, she was kind of like the blonde-haired girl that had beef with Yuki from like the previous games. So she always kind of kept playing games just to like kind of face one with Yuki. And yeah, now they want to kill each other. We also see this girl Riko here also kind of like helping her. She's also really strong. She has like metal arms. She's like a lolly Hulk. But basically, yeah, she beats up Yuki, ties her up, and then Mishiro is kind of there to 1v1 her. So yeah, Mishiro kind of unties her and then just like beats her up. And then Yuki's just like desperate. She's like sick, losing. All her friends are dead. Even like the tomboy girl. Like damn, I kind of feel bad for her. And then yeah, she's like running away panicking. So yeah, it looks like pretty pathetic for her. It looks like she's gonna lose. Kind of like looks inside of herself. She's like, I never really cared about like, playing all these death games and dying. I never really cared about dying. But now she realizes that she doesn't want to die. She actually values her life in this episode. So yeah, she finally realizes like the scale of these games, like your life is at risk every time. And now that she's actually losing, like she's actually all desperate. They kind of throw like shards of glass at each other, and then now they're like kind of drowning each other in the pool. Mishiro bit off 3 of Yuki's fingers in the pool. It was so brutal. And Yuki kind of counters last second and then drowns her. So Mishiro dies. Riko is so mad, so she actually beats up Yuki. So yeah, Yuki like has to fight 2 people, and she's like, her fingers are gone. She's like beaten up. She's wearing a towel, and then Riko has like these metal appendages. So Mishiro kind of took care of Riko. So yeah, she feels so angry that she died. And then she also gave Riko like a final thing to do if she died, to kill Yuki in her stead. So she starts beating up Yuki, but then Yuki like last minute runs away to the exit. So this is like the unofficial emergency exit. You're not supposed to use it. They're gonna shoot you down. So yeah, she's like, okay, if I die, then you can't fulfill your promise to Mishiro. Riko gets baited and pushes Yuki away from the guns. Yuki doesn't get shot. And then Riko actually does. So that's how she survived, just like random luck. It was like anyone could have died here. It was a 50-50 shot. But then yeah, it looks like her key protected her from getting shot. She takes the key, just like unlocks the door. It was a crazy ass game, bro. And then yeah, Yuki won. She lost some fingers, but yeah, I guess she'll get healed. And yeah, it looks like her agent is actually like kind of concerned about her. Like she's always waking up last. She's always like kind of struggling, has like a debuff around her. So yeah, Yuki surviving. She beat 30 games, but damn, bro, it's so spicy. Like these stories. She holds all this trauma. Like she is afraid of dying. Like I guess she's like learning more about herself as she plays more games. So yeah, again, I'm kind of interested to see where we're gonna go next. It seems to be like the second arc here with the bathhouse fight, and we kind of like ended things with Mishiro. So there's probably gonna be some more characters, more games as we kind of get deeper into the story. After that, we do have Fate Strange Fake. So we're at episode 8. The story keeps going, so this felt like a kind of transition episode. Not many crazy fights, but we see more people kind of interacting with others. Here, Berserker and the dude from Europe, he comes into the police station to try to like show off his power, and it looks like he's not really evil. He just wants to like introduce himself to the police officer, and he talks to like the Holy Grail church leader as well. So they kind of get along. We see the Watcher just chilling in the house with Assassin, and then finally, as the episode ends, we see Alcides riding like this triple-headed dog Cerberus. So that shit was hype. He's just walking to the police station. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, pretty much this episode was like more characterization. We learn more about like the policemen. They're still like trying to keep order in the city as the Holy Grail War continues. We see Watcher getting some character development. And yeah, besides that, I think next week's gonna be an insane fight. So yeah, the anime still looks really good. And, you know, story, they're kind of like fleshing out some characters, but it's still like open-ended. We also have Chain Soldier Season 2, Episode 7. So yeah, we learn some things as Yuki kind of like gets training with Himari and her mom. They get the double reward again. But basically what we learn is that Yuki actually gets stronger physically if Kyoka like shares her slave power. So the more partners he has, the stronger he gets. And then he agrees. He's like, okay, I'll do it because yeah, I want to get stronger. The problem is this has another implication. It's like NTR. Kyoka feels like heartbroken that Yuki just wants to like hop through different partners. She wants to be his partner. So I thought that was like so cute the way they did it. And yeah, you know, Kyoka, she gets like nightmares from this as well, like everyone's sharing him. So Yuki and her, they talk to each other at the beach at night, and actually Yuki goes back on it. He's like, actually, I don't want to get stronger by sharing. It's not really a significant upgrade. I want to be your slave. So yeah, he does that. It was kind of like a romantic moment. I think Kyoka rewards him just like licking his neck. So yeah, that was like kind of hot. We see the villains also, like they're kind of like growing as well. They're like attacking humans, sucking them. We see there's like the Oni Shuki, so yeah, she's like kind of eating people for power. And yeah, besides that, yeah, there were some spicy rewards with the mother. So she kind of was like a great addition to the season. And yeah, besides that, the story continues. Looks like we'll fight some villains in the future. Also, I've been watching Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider continuing. So it's a 2-core, and bro, the fights in this anime are so insane. There's like regular dudes beating the shit out of each other, taking so much punishment. It's so cool. So we got like a lot more characters kind of fleshed out as they're doing their kind of rider cosplays, fighting Shocker, fighting these monsters. Kind of insane. I don't really have much to say. It's just like it's so hype. I'll probably talk more next week. But overall, I was watching it slowly since it was like 2-core and there were a lot of other stuff airing. But yeah, this anime is like also like really good. I've been liking some other stuff. Scum of the Brave is really good. We're at 7 episodes. I just love seeing Jogamine be a gremlin, talk with Yashiro. And then yeah, we get some like kind of more stories as there's more fights. Basically, Jogamine's father was Yashiro's master. And then they kind of have different opinions on him. Jogamine thought he was like nice, showing like the cool side of Braves, how they can be good, and not like evil scumbags. But then Yashiro was like, bro, your father was like terrible. He murdered people because he was a coward. So yeah, that was interesting. We'll kind of see more as the story kind of gets fleshed out. But you know, I think the anime is like super cute. I love the dynamic with the characters, and it does get serious as like people are kind of dying. We also have Medalist. It kind of continues season 2. So Inori kind of winning these competitions. She gets first place. In episode 4, she's like doing all these jumps. It's really good. So yeah, you know, maybe she's ready for the Winter Olympics. As like there's more competitions coming up in the future. She's like training, and then there's like, you know, rival characters, really strong characters as well. And even though there's competition, the anime is still like, you know, super cute and lighthearted at times. There's also the Champignon Witch. We're on episode 8. I'm not really a big fan of the story. I do love cute witch anime, but something about this story seems a bit weird. Like all the main characters, these black witches, they have so many debuffs around them, so many things to make their life kind of shitty. And then like the way they're kind of like handling things in the story, I'm like kind of vague posting about the show, but yeah, I think it's fine. I think the story is fine. I just don't like it. if that makes sense. It's not bad. It's like pretty cool, like kind of cute witch fantasy story. But I just don't like the way it's presented. I'm still watching it because I love cute witch anime. I did see the Witch Had to Tell You trailer. That's making me fiend for more witch anime. We also have some other stuff going on. My Hero Vigilantes, we're on episode 7. So yeah, this is Aizawa backstory continuation again. We see him kind of like getting more comfortable using his power because his power is kind of lame, he thinks, even though it's like super powerful and nullifying other people. But then he also has to be strong at hand to hand. So yeah, we see like him wearing goggles. We see him like competing with other people and then them forming like kind of hero teams. And then we see like it gets serious at the end because yeah, some people are getting injured. So maybe Aizawa's out here for revenge. Also, we have Tune Into Midnight Heart, kind of, cute harem show continues. I think the quality is still like super noticeable. It didn't bother me at first because it was like decent still, like the art. It's just like maybe some of the characters' faces look off frame, but yeah, it's like very noticeable and kind of takes out from this anime, but still like fun harem hijinks going on. And yeah, it looks like he's kind of continuing helping these girls with their problems, getting closer to them. And we're kind of getting closer to learning who Apollo is. He's kind of like getting closer each time, just like getting hints. So I wonder who it could be. Maybe they'll reveal it. Also, we have Kaya-chan Isn't Scary, episode 7. Very cute every week. I love the story here as well. Kaya is super cute. So she's in a hospital right now. Her mom, she might have a premature birth, so she has to stay at the hospital. Kind of rough for Kaya, but I guess we'll see what's gonna go on there. Is the baby gonna be a ghost? What is Kaya gonna do? But after that, there's like this ghost version of the hospital where there's like dead babies out here. They're like haunting this woman, so Kaya kind of kills all the dead babies. So that was like pretty scary. And then we see like the girl that she was helping that was being attacked by the dead babies. She was actually also a ghost that died in the hospital. So damn, pretty sad story there. Kaya doesn't really notice all the sad moments because she's a kindergartner, but the horror elements are like super unsettling. After that, they hang out at the park, and then there's like this ghost at the park that's like making the kids kind of hurt themselves. So we see one of her friends go down the slide head first, and when the other kids are climbing the other side of the slide, they're about to like bounce heads together, but then one of the teachers rescues them before they crash. We see like Kaya, she's kind of powerless during these like kind of physical moments. Like she can fight the ghosts, but if like people are like doing stuff on their own, she can't really help them. And also after that, we see Kaya's aunt show up. So she picks up Kaya from school because the dad is like busy at the hospital taking care of the mom. Kaya's aunt doesn't know how powerful Kaya is. She thinks Kaya's just like kind of like a helpless kindergarten girl that's like gonna be attacked by all these spirits, but Kaya can fuck them up. So at the end of this episode, we see Kaya punch one of the spirits, and then the aunt sees it. She's like shocked. So yeah, we'll see how things go. More characters are coming in, and yeah, the story's like kind of getting more fleshed out. So I can't wait to see how the anime progresses. And yeah, that's pretty much it this week. Thank you for watching. No Jujutsu Kaisen. We had a recap. So many kind of highly anticipated continuations. As each show's like directed so cleanly. This stuff continues. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Peace.